And they're supposed to be off. Nice. Let's try this again, shall we? All right, so, disclaimer here, or time to man up, one or the other. So last week we finished episode 3 of our intrepid adventurers' trek across the irradiated planet. In my infinite wisdom, I basically decided, all on my own, like a grown-up, to let's see. Yeah, I decided all on my own to basically cut his adventure a little short. The idea being that it was the voyage was getting a little long in the tooth. So so what I did was Saturday afternoon I went on and basically the idea was to keep going and see if I could find a ship or a location where a crash ship or a location where I could buy a ship, and then start off today from that point on. If any of you have been watching, you'll probably notice that the scenery is slightly different here. I've still walked away from my my ship that's over there, kind of to the south. No, kind of to the east. And what I've done basically is I've what happened was as I was walking across the planet, I got a little brave and started using my jetpack, basically like this, and lo and behold, I was going down a slight incline, and yeah, the character took a little too much damage and died. So that wiped out my save, unfortunately. So I decided, well, okay, I'm going to try keep going in this kind of mode anyway. And so Sunday I started a new Permadeath, no starter ship stream, or not a stream, but a game. And decided that I would try to do what I was attempting to do Saturday, which was try to approach a location where I could find or buy a ship. And this is the result, basically. So I just manned up, made I guess you could say a mistake. You at least you didn't see me die in the stream. Which I was going to say would have been embarrassing, but I mean, this is not easy. So it, you know, you might see it anyway at some point. But at least you didn't see it live on stream. Of course, we're still let's see. Yeah, so I don't even know if I have the same suit on. I don't think I do, actually. Regardless, we're still looking for a ship, and Let's see. Where am I going? Radiation protection. Right. Gotta keep an eye out for that stuff, right? And does that do it? It's kind of boosting it up, eh? That's good, right? So... Alright, what's going on here? Take a scan around. Alright, unknown building, 551. Let's see, where is he? Let's go over and have a look at that. Yeah. So basically my first character died. And it was like a hill, like... sort of like this. I mean... You know, personally, I would have never thought to, you know, that the character could die just going down a probably less than 30% incline. But there you have it. He died, so I started a new one. And like I said, the scenery is probably slightly different. So I was watching my nephew stream Resident Evil 2 yesterday evening, and I let it slip that there would be a twist in today's stream for No Man's Sky Permadeath. And that was it. That was it. That was basically the twist. I basically died and started a new one. And look at that. There is a crashed ship right over there. So that's what I was doing Sunday. I was running around the planet for hours on end, trying to recover my my story here. Is that a cheat? Well, not really. I mean, it is permadeath, so you know what? Things happen, right? So, okay, so this is the idea here. As you can see, we have a ship. It's a class hauler, C-27 inventory slots plus 2 technology slots, worth 6.2 million units, and its name is Gravity Sleep FE4. So what happens when you find a crashed ship? Basically you trigger the beacon here, and it'll usually give you something, hopefully something of value, and then what I do is install, search for install ship's tech. That's the first thing I need to do. Teleport receiver, that's a pretty good thing to have. That allows you to pick stuff up and place stuff into your ship's inventory. The next thing I do is go about raiding the rest of the containers here. Still discarding the slime. You know what? After my first couple of playthroughs, I'm down to just discarding that stuff because it just kind of gets in the way, and it's quite tedious to oh. Right, I don't have the terrain excavator, the terrain manipulator, and I also don't have the Atlas Pass. Yeah, so things haven't really changed that much from the last save. This stuff I'm going to throw in my ship's inventory once I unlock the ship here. And so basically, to unlock the ship, you just basically get into it like this. And now some people, the way some people play this particular playthrough is that they don't use their first ship. So basically, oh, you can't. Okay, so this is my current ship, the Radiant Pillar. So the radiant pillar is always the ship that you're handed when you spawn on a planet. And as you can see, there's a couple of damaged items on the radiant pillar. And for the ship that I just found, there are similar items damaged, but there's a whole lot of other damage, which makes it even harder, actually. But I can't. If I had stopped into a trade post or an archive, I may have been able to trade my ship in if I was to buy a new one. But since I'm claiming a crashed ship, I don't have the option of trading in my ship. I may have, like, that's still my ship. That will still be my one of my ships. Now you can have up to 6 ships at a time, I believe, like in your inventory. So that will still be in my inventory, I believe. But now I have this guy. So how you fix it is you get into it, and so once the first time you get into a ship, you go through all this diagnostics and stuff, and it tells you, yeah, this is broken, that's broken. This happens with your original ship as well. So I'm just hoping that it leads me to a location where I can find one of the required items to fix it, because I suspect I don't have one of the items. So repair ship systems, self-guided repair tools initiated, blah blah blah. Pulse engine, so there it is. Hermetic seal 1, metal plating 1. I believe I can make a metal plating, but a hermetic seal early in the game like this, I don't have the recipe or the blueprint for it, so I can't make that, I'm pretty sure. And I don't remember coming across a location where I could buy one, so let me just double check that, and we'll see if we in fact, yeah, we don't have it. So let's just take a look at here. I said I was going to put that in my ship's inventory. So there's different ways to do this. The silver can go there as well. So if you click X and X again, it just drops into the ship's inventory. So I have, let's see, I have radiation protection I'm going to add here. I also have oxygen recycler, which I'm also going to add. Basically, that increases my my life support. I'm thinking of moving this, let's say, up on top here. I have a whole lot of condensed carbon that I could possibly put in cargo if I had room. If I had a slot in there. Well, you know what? Okay, first things first. This salvage data I picked up out of a so-called buried salvage data container that was actually floating off the ground, which was kind of handy. Just move some of this other stuff over too. It's going to be nice to have room shortly. And let's see, let's move this stuff over here for now, and put this stuff back into the technology page. So I have 3 open slots now, and this launch fuel can also go into the starship. That's where it belongs anyway. Alright, so let's see. Do I have any copper? I think I picked up some, yeah. So copper, basically, refines down to this material, chromatic metal, but only at a 2-to-1 ratio. So, yeah, I'll need, let's see, 50. The 2 important things to get the ship off the ground are the pulse engine and the launch thruster. The deflector shield I'm going to need when I go out in space. So, alright. First order of business is to make a refiner. Now I'm pretty sure you're always given the refiner blueprint when you spawn as a new character, but it takes up space in your inventory. That's I guess the downside. But I'm pretty much I'm stuck. I need it. Let's see. So I need to make a refiner, and I need, let's see, pure ferrite. So ferrite dust refines to pure ferrite. I think it's on a 1-to-1, so I need 50 ferrite dust to refine there. And I need 1 metal plate. Can I just craft that right now? Yes, I can. Alright. So you don't need both things to start repairing your things. See, I just made a metal plate and I repaired the half of the pulse engine. So 1 dihydrogen jelly. Did I believe I have some dihydrogen, right? 217. Okay. So I can also make a dihydrogen jelly and repair that. So I'm on the verge of repairing the launch thruster. All I need to do is craft, or yeah, I need another metal plate to craft the refiner. So let's do that. And then we can craft a refiner, go in, give it some fuel, and let's see, I needed 50, right? I'm just gonna craft or refine 50. The reason is that if I refine any more, it's gonna take up an extra slot in my inventory, and I don't want to do that at this point. So basically right now I'm kind of stuck in a way because I vital ingredients missing. Yes, unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Okay, so I think what happened is the game just is going to direct me to a location where I can find it, I believe. Recommendation: iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from distressed beacon cache. So yeah, I think I'm thinking it's going to show me a location to a distressed beacon. But first, I'm going to just dump the pure ferrite in there that I just refined. 50 chromatic metal for the shield. Okay, and I only have 90 copper, right? Yeah. So I'm going to need 10 more copper to refine into 50 chromatic metal to repair the shield. But first, let's see what they gave us for. Do I have a new location on my map? Do it? It's not in here, is it? Oh no, this is gonna. Oh, I see what's going on. It's basically this. I'm gonna be able to get a map out of here, which hopefully will indicate a location to where I can find a component to fix the pulse engine. Big planetary chart. Yeah, I got a funny feeling my game audio is a little high. Maybe not. I'll leave it there for now. Put it in the comments there. Hey Jake, good morning, bud. Good morning, Scott. Let you guys chime into the chat there and let me know if the audio is a little low or high or whatever. Wait, just a second. Let me. I wonder if I can. No. Oh wow. Okay. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. 100. All right. Now we're talking. My eyes, they're not as good as they used to be, you know? So what do we got going over here? Minor settlement, 18 hours. Forget that noise. Let's see. Portable refiner. I guess I got to use that chart. I got no choice. Okay, so press E, hold and press, press and hold E to activate the map. Yeah, you're late. Okay, so the lowdown. I was saying when I first started that 2 hours. What? Oh, come on. Really? You know what? I'm gonna just try something here. Okay, so I'm into the photo mode here, and as far as I know, the game is paused when you go into photo mode. Now, I'm not in multiplayer mode, so the glyphs down there aren't really going to do you any good if you're hoping to join my my adventure live. Unfortunately, I've seen some other players do that, and there are people that join that want to assassinate the main character. So anyway, not saying that anybody's going to do that, but anyway, that's not the point of this game at this point. I was saying, I think in earlier streams, that I might open it up at some point, but can I go up any higher? No. Okay. Yeah, you see that grid there when you try to go up higher. When you reach the extent of your photo reach, I guess you're. Yeah. Don't tell me we got 2 hours of going to this place. That's not right. Come on, guys. Really? Huh. Is there anything else nearby? 9 hours for that crash ship. 18 hours and 2 hours. Oh, you know what that is? That's my ship. Isn't that ironic? Yeah. So the hermetic seal is located where my ship was. That's awful, guys. That's just terrible. So you know what? I'm stuck, kind of looking for a hermetic seal now. And I said I wasn't going to go towards my crash ship, and that's exactly what I'm not going to do. I'm not doing it. I guess bear with me while I wander off. I'm going to go towards the other crash ship here and hopefully run into one of those other vendors that we'll have. I know in a minor settlement, that's the one that has the single landing zone, landing pad. Oh, lovely. Incoming storm, eh? Oh, that's another thing. More danger. So yeah, once you've got onto your first ship, storms start appearing on the planet, and they only last a couple of minutes, but they beat up your defenses rather abruptly, shall we say. So my best defense against that is to, yeah, get into a cave where my life support and hazard protection will not be drained by the storm, by the effects of the storm. So on the bottom right there it says warning, incoming storm. Seek shelter in caves or buildings. All right, done. Change your hazard protection with charge your hazard protection with sodium. Use scanner to locate sodium. So I think I have some sodium. Yeah, stacked there, stacking a bit. How's my? Okay, so let's just throw that little bit extra. Well, okay. Oh, my hazard protection. So that's this guy here, right? I can't charge this guy with sodium. I need uranium to charge the radiation protection upgrade. Now, like I said, this so basically these two items will erode first. When this stuff is gone, then it starts eating into my hazard protection. So I could probably go for a while before I have to actually recharge my hazard protection in this environment anyway. Now, I said I needed copper, right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken... Okay, so there's uranium in that. I thought I... Where did I get the copper? I'm sure I... Okay, I was thinking I got copper from some of these formations here. So here's something else I did. I took a geography lesson. So stalactites, these are stalactites. And these are stalagmites, basically. The way you differentiate, basically, is stalactites with a T grow down from the top of the cave. T as in top, right? Get it? Easy, eh? Sounds easy enough, right? I wonder if the Sentinels are more assholes now too than they were. Did he say storm clearing? Because they only last for a couple of minutes, right? Pardon me. Yep. Clear skies. Let me out. Let me out. Now, where am I going? I said I was going towards this, right? This distress beacon. Alright, let's go. So, that kind of sucks. I was hoping to get, okay, so there were, looks like there may not have been any, stalagmites in that cave. Because I see the same formations above the ground here with the ferrite dust and uranium. Well, they may have just been regular ground artifacts. So if I find a slightly bigger cave, I have a chance of getting some stalagmites, which will hopefully yield some more copper. Now, the worst thing about what I'm doing here is that wherever I end up, I have to go back to my ship. I have to walk back to my ship. So that's decoded coordinates, and that's my new ship. That's the crash ship right there. Why is it not giving me it? Oh, it is, okay. Your starship, 671. Well, I'm really not that far away. Alright. So, moving along. I guess that's what I get for being a noob. Unfamiliar with the mundane ins and out of this game. So that particular melee jump was not the kind... It was more like this, see? This is not a steep incline, but this is the kind of hill that the character succumbed to. I guess when he landed, he took a little bit too much damage, and it didn't take much, to be honest with you. I was kind of... I wouldn't say upset, I was kind of disappointed, really. I played a bit last night, and my ship was pretty much next to me. I was confused as to why you didn't have one. Yes, I do. You do have one. You always... When you spawn... when you first... There's a little bugger there. So when you first spawn on a planet, you are given a ship. The idea of the playthrough that I'm doing is that you walk away from that ship. So, yeah, so by choice. Exactly. It's like a challenge, right? I guess this is one of the challenges that some people put out there. It's like, okay, so we know you got a ship and it's easy to fix. All you got to do is get in and it'll tell you where to find the necessary parts to fix your ship and all that stuff. So here's a twist. Walk away from your ship. And see if you can find another one somehow. Some people play that you can't buy a ship. You can only find a crashed ship. Which is what I did, strangely, because I would have thought that the... now there's shelters up there. There may actually be a hermetic seal in one of those shelters. I'm certainly hoping there is, because that's not all that far away from my... Excuse me. That's not all that far away from my ship. 5 minutes away. That's nothing. Okay. Let's go over here. What's 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things? Nothing. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so that's just one of the challenges that people have set out. There's another one. I'm going to be some glad to get off this planet, I tell you. All right. Let's not make any assumptions just yet, because we don't have that hermetic seal yet. So what normally happens is you go in here and you activate these things, and if I'm not mistaken, the nanite distributor to my right here will this thing should, yeah, it says hollow archive. Yeah, okay. Logs corrupted. Okay. I think we're in business. Leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. Supplies are damaged, can't find ship, recover supplies, and hermetic seal! Yay! So now I can fix that ship. Alright. Now. So basically what just happened is this is kind of like part of the storyline. When you go into a location that has a nanite repository for the first time, it looks like it spits out a hermetic seal at you. Now I still can't get at these things, and I don't have the recipe for it. Oh, look, my inventory's full. What do you know? I'm so glad I got that seal, though. Wow. No room in cargo. I may as well hightail it back to the ship and fix it and get on with the story, eh? Awesome. Say hello to Alice for me. Yes, absolutely. Inventory full. Oh, okay. Am I? Yeah. You know what? Oh, I think I'm stunk. I'm sunk here. What I noticed also is that once you trigger this save beacon, you won't get anything out of it. Let me just double check that. Just made a location, freed up a spot in my inventory, but no. Yeah, you need to have. So here's a tip for you. You need to have that location free in your inventory before you trigger the save beacon, or else you're not going to get anything out of it. Now there's more buried technology here that I can't access. I can access this, however. I'm going to discard this goop because I don't have any toxic protection. Okay, S-class module anyway, right? At least they give you S-class modules. On occasion, anyway. Now, this is a radiation planet, so that module is totally useless to me. Now, at this point. But, it's quite likely that I will encounter a toxic planet at some point. Yeah, better take care of that, or else. So the radiation's gone too. How much? Just gonna look and see. 13 batteries, okay. Get 114 uranium. Now you're thinking, oh geez, you got lots. Yeah, I think it takes like 40 to recharge your those modules. So that's really not a lot. And besides, you can use uranium as fuel for your ship. So I'm thinking of keeping it for that, just in case. I think it may be launch fuel, but anyway. Yeah, so 5.5 minutes to launch time. Alright, so basically, I'm assuming I don't die in the next 5 minutes here. I'm on the verge of liftoff. What I'm going to do is head straight for that minor settlement that I've uncovered over there. And hopefully take advantage of some of the goods and services provided by those kind people. Yeah. It's a movie for her. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Saturday morning cartoons, right? She's what, 5 now, Jake? 5, right? Just turned 5, right? Oh, good times for her. Yeah, yeah. She might enjoy... Allô, Alice? Comment ça va? Ça va bien? She shakes her head. No. I wanted to sleep. No, she's too young for that. She's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Oh yeah, right. She's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Can't even see the ship, huh? Oh, is it on the other side of that hill? Yeah, it must be. Sometimes things don't spawn in until you get, like, much closer to them. Now, so, again, here's a question for, more savvy individuals, perhaps. I'm just wondering if, that has to do with my hardware, CPU, GPU, or combination thereof. I'm noticing that when I'm in my ship and I'm flying over a planet, sometimes things don't kind of spawn in till I'm kind of directly overhead, which is, you know, really a pain. So I don't know if you just heard that electronic sound that just came on, bling. That just indicated to me that one of my radiation protection upgrade modules is spent. Which is good. I mean, you don't have to, you know, you don't have to keep an eye on it exactly. Now, can I see my ship? Nope, out of range. Alright, I guess we'll have to discard this particular one and... Oh, hopefully the stuff that's in here. Dihydrogen. 3, 4, 4 dihydrogen? Wow. Thank you so much for your generosity. Yeah. Yep, she's 5 in school in September. Hey, now. Yeah, good times. Good times. Is the school close too, or...? You need to register her? Yeah, okay, set by the game. Now, is that actually a game setting that you can tweak? I'm thinking it might be. I'm just gonna get in my ship here just to get out of the elements before I explore further what So first things first. Alright, now I can take off. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I don't need the shield immediately. And the first place I'm going... Okay, so, actually... We're in first-person view here in the ship, cockpit view. Which to me... When I first started playing the game, I was... You know, I thought this might be better. But what happens is... what happens is when you go to the third-person external view like this, see how much more of the terrain you can see? So basically, when I'm in combat mode, and I'm sometimes, especially like trying to knock out the planetary depots, I will go into first-person mode because I find it slightly better for aiming and firing at things on the ground. Tell me if the background game noise is loud, because it certainly sounds loud to me. So, Scott, let's just have a look here. So graphics options. See, I'm in standard, low complexity. Controls how many base parts are visible at the same time. Base parts. Decreasing the setup performance will help performance. So I'm looking for performance here, actually. The GPU on this thing is a 2060, NVIDIA RTX 2060. I understand that this may be better off in this mode. AI-based anti-aliasing mode for users who have spare GPU headroom and want higher levels of image quality. I'm just going to try that for a few minutes and see what happens. Hopefully it won't crash the game. If it does, well, my apologies. Animation, shadow, post-processing, reflections, volumetric, terrain tessellation. What is that? Dynamically adds geometric detail to planet terrain. This setting controls the fidelity of geometric detail. The standard setting describes terrain tessellation. This setting affects GPU performance and I'm sure they all do, right? Graphics options. Planet quality. Controls the LOD and draw distance. Huh. Gonna hop that up. Just to enhance, require restart. Oh, come on. Alright, so... Wow. How did that happen? That was default. I don't know. Alright, so anyway. We've discovered, perhaps, an enhancement to my stream quality / gameplay quality. Basically... Alright, so you see... I want to head to this settlement, and it says arrive in 2 hours. I'm going to tag it with E, but here's another trick. This big boat, wow, it seems to take forever to move. So you saw that little pause there. That means that I'm in space. Wait for 3 seconds, head back down, and engage the pulse engine. And 2 hours just turned to 6 seconds. So there's one big advantage of being inside a ship. You can just loop out of the atmosphere to get to things that are, well, basically when you're walking they're prohibitively far away. If you're just playing by yourself and you want to explore, hey, that's great, right? So, right there in front of me, that I believe that's called a monolith. I'm not exactly sure. It's some kind of artifact that basically you can get information from, like words in the language or stuff or something like that. I'm not going to bother with that at this point. What I'm interested in doing is going to this minor settlement. So you see there's a building there on the left. There's a landing pad. And the circle on the landing pad normally starts off as blue, and then it turns green when it's active. So if you press E on the keyboard, if you're playing on PC, you can automatically land. You know what? Before I do this, let me just see what it is that I'm hoping they have copper in there. Or chromatic metal, even better. Let's see, I got 2 spaces of inventory. I won't be... See, this is full. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. So, I'm going to actually sell the salvage data. Probably. I'm definitely going to sell the album. See, there's a vendor inside the minor settlement building there. So I'm going to sell this stuff and probably this to make room for inventory, but more importantly to acquire some funds. What else? I think this stuff I need pretty much. Yeah. Okay. For this. Yeah. Recharge. Technology recharge. Okay. 10 uranium. So it's probably closer to 20 uranium that you need to completely recharge the S-class module. Now, I didn't have any, right? I didn't have any room there. Not really. Is that carbon or condensed carbon? That's carbon. Okay. So I have this here too. La, 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 la. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go in here. So here are the features of the minor settlement. So one of the main reasons I come to a minor settlement is to perhaps attempt to upgrade my multi-tool. Now, as you know, this is a C class, so it's the lowest class multi-tool, and it doesn't have what I'm looking for. Basically, sometimes you'll find a multi-tool in these locations that have a terrain manipulator, which is a big bonus, meaning that you don't have to get the blueprint for it. And yeah, it's the draw distance, right, Scott? Yeah. Nothing stands out. 5 minutes away to school. That's great, Jake. Awesome. Yeah, so sometimes you'll get a multi-tool that has a terrain manipulator already installed, which is basically what I'm looking for. This multi-tool, obviously it's got a lot more slots, and that's what's going to drive up the price. Mine, I think, has like 5 or 6 slots. It has 9 total, but I think only 5 or 6 are usable. So for example, this multi-tool has 24 slots total, but there are 4 unusable slots, this one. Now you can increase those by various methods, but early game, there's pretty much no way I have of doing that. So I have 2 free slots basically, and yeah, so I don't even have enough money to buy this thing. 2,065,000 units. So that's the price of that is reflected reflects the basically the number of slots. I'm not even close to getting that. I think even when I sell the stuff I said I was going to sell, I don't even have a chance. I'm just wondering, 1,300 nanites. So there's the vendor over there in his booth, and he has products and technologies I'm going to look at. But first, let me just talk to this guy and see what he says. See if he says anything useful. Blah blah blah. Friend the Gek. Blah blah blah. To something. Okay. Yeah, we're friends. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Don't pull out your weapon. Give 100 units. Tap the pad. Pat him on the head. I guess he didn't like that. Alongside and trade emits a foul-smelling gas. Run away! Run away! Run away! It's carbon. That carbon. And here's a galactic terminal. Yeah, galactic trade terminal. So basically in here, you can purchase things and you can also sell things. So 1 salt, you know what? That's not doing me anything. The album and pearls are for trade only, I think, at this point. What else was I thinking of selling? Why not? That might allow me to pick up some things that I'm thinking I might need. So before I head over to the vendor, here's the things I'm going to need. All these red boxes I need to fix, basically. Or if I find another ship, whether for purchase or whatever, I can trade this one in, and just this basically, all these broken things devalue the ship, so that whatever it was, 2 million or whatever that it said it was worth, well, that's Yeah, 6.2 million. That's a fully fixed ship. That it's kind of worth that. If you go to trade it in, you're not going to get 6.2 million. I think it's like 70%. So we're looking at probably 4.5 million units, which is a really, you know, that would allow me to buy this multi-tool. But you can only you can trade it in for a better one. But what happens is you don't get the units, obviously. You get the trade-in value applied against the new ship that you traded in for. The other option is to go to the space station and scrap the ship. That will give you the units, but it'll give you like 70% of the value. And like I said, the value is degraded by all those broken parts. So I'm probably looking at less than 1 million units for this ship currently. All right, so let's see. I tend to look at the blueprints first. Absolutely need the advanced mining laser. So the rest of the stuff I seem to have. And I can't get this, rank 3 required. I wonder if I had treated that little other guy better, if I would have been able to increase my ranking. Well, too late now. Maybe I'll get it at the next vendor. The barrel ionizer is for the weapon. I'm not going to put a weapon on this particular multi-tool because there's not enough slots. As a matter of fact, I would like to think that I'm going to trade this one in for a better one, so I'm probably not going to do any upgrading to it. Shield lattice, hazard protection, 120. I still got 1,200 units there, so 1,243. Reform recycler. You know what? Let's just get these now. They're not installed. That doesn't install anything, what I just did. So, but it allows me, it gives me access to them, to the blueprints, which allows me to install them at some point. Now you see, here's the hermetic seals I was talking about. Now the next place I'm going is the other crash ship that I discovered, so I'm going to need another hermetic seal. And as far as I'm aware, I still can't make that, right? Oh yes, I can. Look at that. Well, you know what? If I can make that, I'm not going to buy it. Awesome. All right. Good idea. You got some ammunition. Oh, I don't have ammunition. I can make ammunition. Okay. All right. And I can even make a warp cell. Wow. But I can't make antimatter. And you can't buy that stuff. All right. So, I know for a fact that some of the broken parts on this ship, I need wiring looms. So the second item here, antimatter housing. This is the critical component I was talking about for inventory slots. When you locate a drop pod, you can't make antimatter housings, right? Yeah, you can't make antimatter housings, so you have to buy those early game. Eventually you get the recipe or the blueprint or whatever, and you can make those. So I'll buy all of his antimatter housings to start off, just so I have some when if I find some drop pods. Microprocessors I will likely need. Wiring looms. As far as I'm aware, you can never make wiring looms in this game. I might be mistaken, but as far as I know, you can't. And they're very expensive. And of course, they're very, very useful for repairing various things. So I'm going to pick up those two. They took a lot out of me, money-wise, but you know what? It is what it is. So here's another interesting thing, drop pod coordinate data. Now, obviously you can buy these, 106,000. I think that's really, really expensive. Basically, there's several ways to increase your inventory. The number of inventory slots you have. One is to every space station you first go into will have an available inventory slot for purchase, and they're a lot cheaper than that. But this, like when you have money, when you have lots of money, fill your boots, right? Buy 50, well, not 50 because you don't have that many slots, but buy, you know, 10 or 12, whatever, and just look for the drop pods. But the catch is that the catch is that you need you need a signal booster, which is a deployable technology, portable unit that goes in here, and you don't have the ability to make that just yet. So you're kind of SOL for that particular functionality at this point. Nanites. All good. Not as good as probably advanced technology, but hey. So here's another, I guess they, yeah, okay. Learn a word. Thank you. I wonder if that was one of the words spoken a few moments ago. Is. Probably. Common. Alright. What was I just saying? Yeah, so these, these two buildings are known as shelters, I believe. And basically, you will find, like, loads of these on a planet. Just two buildings just out in the middle of nowhere, quite possibly with damaged machinery and a nearby buried technology module. Make sure I have some slots left, yeah. Yeah, they're littered all over the planet. Let me see. Yeah, alright, so you're wondering, why are you picking up that rusted metal? Well, you know what? That refines into ferrite dust, which refines into pure ferrite and magnetized ferrite, so on, so forth. So it's useful to a much greater extent. Field down, eh? Oh yeah, right. I didn't check for copper or chromatic metal. Thanks for the reminder in the gallery. Alright, so the galactic terminal, you can sell your stuff there, but you can also buy things. And let's see, page 2. Wow, a paltry selection, if I might add, if I might say so myself. 40, 43, 40, yeah, 40 oxygen, okay. And no copper, no chromatic metal. Sad, 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 sad. What? What happened? What happened? Oh, navigation data. Okay. So... Alright. Navigation data. Navigation data can be useful for purchasing maps at the space station. There are 5 or 6 different kinds of maps. The cartographer at the space station, yes, thank you. We know. Yeah. So, basically... the different kinds of maps allow you to locate different kinds of things on the planet. So I picked one up earlier from a from damaged machinery at that crashed ship, and it showed me the location of a place where I could find a hermetic seal. Now, obviously that one was too far away, but I did manage to find another one without walking like around the planet completely. So anyway, no copper and no chromatic metal. So, without further ado, let's, yes, I know, shield down. Yes, thank you. Let's go to the next location, which is this distress beacon, which is Basically another crashed ship. Now it says arrive in 31 minutes. So I'm going to pull that stunt again. And just kind of fly up over the atmosphere, you know. Less resistance, right? And I think that's the general idea. You have far less resistance up here. Now you see all these asteroids, they're kind of they kind of spawn in as you get close to them. 30 minutes just turned into like 5 seconds. Yeah, so the asteroids, they're pretty much... Oh, what's the incoming message? Incoming transmission source. Please identify yourself. Yeah, alright, sure, why not? You're not alone. Follow the blah blah blah. Broadcast ends as strangely as it began. Final piece of signal appears to be set of planetary coordinates. Input coordinates. And... Alright, so now I have another location I can go to after this. First, I want to check and see what I got down here. So like I said earlier, you can have 6 ships in your inventory at one time. And what I like to do, if I can, of course, is fix the 2 engine parts, the pulse engine and the thrust. The thrust part. This is another hauler. But basically what that does is allows you to call in the ship. I'm not sure you can do it otherwise. Maybe you can. I'm just not sure. So first thing you do, again, is activate the distress beacon. It tells you normally there's things to pick up in here. Investigate object in pilot's hand. Why not? I'm not sure it makes a difference which one you pick here. It probably does, but you know what? Whatever. Oh, look at that. Hazmat gauntlet. Okay. So that basically allows me to pick up hazardous plants around the planet, which is awesome. But I have to install that technology in my either technology slots or the main inventory slots. And again, I'm going to discard the goop. And no point in looking at buried technology because I don't have the terrain manipulator extension on my multi-tool. So we'll just gather this stuff in the meantime, throw that in the ship. And see what we got here. We got a C-25 hauler worth a little bit less than mine. So mine's a C-27 worth 6.2. And you see that basically it's the number of inventory slots that makes the difference. And again, on a crash ship, you got a whole bunch of this stuff that's all broken and stuff. And in this particular ship, all of the default technology is broken. It's a fairly expensive ship. Like the haulers are the most expensive ships, bar none. So I'm not going to swap mine because it actually works at this point. So I picked up a hermetic seal. I can fix that. Pure ferrite and dihydrogen. Might be able to fix that too. I'm going to claim the ship. Go inside and see if I can fix those 2 parts. Obviously, I can't fix the shield. I only made 50 pure ferrite, so I can't fix that at this time. Oh, okay. So I think what just happened is I put my hermetic seal over here, didn't I? Yeah. Where is it? Oh no, I fixed it. No. Didn't I buy more? I'm sure I bought more. I thought for sure I had bought more. Huh. 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 Okay. Well, there's a lesson for you. I think what probably happened was my inventory was full, and it didn't allow me to purchase it. And then when I cleared up a spot, I'd forgotten about it. I didn't forget about the wiring looms, but I forgot about the hermetic seal. Oh, wait, no. Here's what happened. Oh! I can make one. Alright, so what else do I need? I need 50 chromatic metal to fix the thruster, and I can make that. Alright, so did I even pick up my oh no, I never even picked up my my refiner. Oh, damn it. So that's, I'm just, yeah. Color me noob. And totally useless this morning. Must have got up on the wrong side of the bed. All that stuff. Now I gotta discard something from this inventory in order that I may yeah, in order that I may basically build another one of these, build another one of these. You gotta pick your stuff up before you leave. If you don't, well, you're just wasting resources, really. Alright, so now, like I said before, I only need 50, so that's how many I'm gonna make. And once I use that, I will use the empty inventory slot to make the hydrogen jelly. So basically, there's my hermetic seal that I just made. Oh, I don't have enough to make that metal plate, right? I'm sure I don't. Actually, I can make that here. So now, all right. Nope, I don't have enough. Look at that. So like I was saying earlier, this. Let's see. Yeah, right, that's 44. Yeah, so I still don't have enough. This, oh my goodness. Pressing all the wrong buttons this morning. Alright. So like I said earlier, where is it? Oh. The rusted metal refines to ferrite dust. So I needed 6. I don't need to wait for all of it. I needed 6 to make a, okay, that's the wrong chip. Need to get back into this one. I needed 6 to make the metal plate. Now I can fix the rest of the engine. And I could take off in this ship now if I wanted to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it behind. It's mine now. So I'm just going to leave it behind. And you can call in your ships from just about anywhere except like the space station, perhaps a few other locations, the anomaly, so on. I don't really want to wait 2.5 minutes for this to alright, so I'm out of fuel. Good. I don't want to wait 2.5 minutes for that to finish, so just gonna make sure I have, wait a second, this is my good ship, right? Right. Okay. Just want to make sure I have enough inventory. Yeah. Okay, so here's what you do. Instead of leaving it there like a dummy like I did, press the button that you need to pick it up, and now basically it goes into your exosuit inventory. There it is. You can redeploy that at any time now. So off we go. So I think I was given directions to another location. If I'm not mistaken, that location is off planet. Yeah. See that planet right there? You can barely see the outline of it. And the signal source that I was given in that transmission is on that planet. I'm at this point, I'm just wondering if I should just go for that. Let me just have a look at something here. I want to see... Okay. So basically, you can't see what the other kind of planets are at this point because you haven't landed on them. Sadly, this is a level 1 system. Gamma root. There is copper here, but I can't dig it out. Yes, I know. Right? And... Let's see, can I do this? Scan for trade outposts. No economy scanner installed. Can't even do that. So with the economy scanner, which is basically a component of your starship, you can scan for various things on the planet. You can perform planetary scans. I think I can do that now, but it won't, like, specifically pick up anything. So the teleportation device allows you to pick up stuff and put stuff into your ship's inventory a little easier. I can't use that anyway because I don't have antimatter. I think that particular that location that I was directed to, if I'm not mistaken, that directs me to it begins your journey to getting all this stuff, right? It's the next step, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a couple of minutes just to cruise. Now what I like to do when I cruise, there's another. Oh, look at that! There's a planetary archive. I'll be damned. Why didn't I see you earlier, bud? So here's a whole new bunch of options just opened up here. Maybe. So planetary archives. As you can see, there are a number of landing platforms on them. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one. It varies from archive to archive, but basically there are a couple of things here. This is almost kind of like a combination trade depot and minor settlement, because there's a vendor here, and there's a galactic terminal, and there's a bunch of landing pads. So what do we got there? We got a hauler worth 12 million. I'll forget that. Now the shuttles are notoriously less expensive, so I could actually trade this ship in for that shuttle quite likely. Now I have 27 slots, very few of which are usable here because of all the damage stuff. Those are included in the 27 if I'm not mistaken. 6 and 5 are 11, and 5 are 16, and 5 are 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So that's correct. So yeah. What some people do is they wait around and see if they don't stay long, eh? That explorer must have been down in the landing pad somewhere else because I didn't even see him. So from least to most expensive, as far as I'm aware, it's the shuttles. No, sorry, the explorers, then the shuttles, then the fighters, then the... It's a toss-up between the haulers and the exotics. Yeah, I won't be able to buy a new hauler like this. I don't have the trade value in this guy. C41. So this guy's inventory is almost maxed out. I think the max is 48. And see how high it goes, 36 million. Oh, here's another shuttle, and A23 for 2 million. You know what? It's got less inventory slots available, but you know what? They're free, they're not broken. 23 is not as good as 27, but 23 available ones, for sure. I'm just going to see if I can trade my hauler in for this guy. That might be a step in the right direction. You'll also notice that the pilots, when they land, and you can buy stuff off them. They normally have one page of items like this. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not. The tritium is used for starship fuel. What you do for tritium is you go out in space and you just bombard the asteroids. They'll give you tritium. You don't need to buy it. So I don't actually need to buy anything off this guy. Now I got 180,000 units after selling my ionized cobalt. There's nothing really else there I want to sell. So what I'm going to do is make an offer on the Lifeform Starship and see. This is an A-class ship. This is much, well, it's a lot better than mine. Mine's a C-class. But look, all the inventory slots are available here. I could dump a lot of stuff into this thing. The only problem, of course, remains access to them once you're not in your ship, right? So let's have a look. Can I get it? Yes! Just 175,000 units to exchange, and I got 184. So I'm gonna just pull the trigger on that. But first, you can just send your stuff over like this. How useful is that? Huh? There we go. Now I get a new ship, and it's a shuttle. It's the Forge of the Rotomega. Forge of the Rotomega. So, radiation protection falling. Okay. So once you get in your ship, you're out of the elements. And there she is. There's that beauty. Ain't she a beaut? So basically, what's going on here is nothing is broken in this ship. And what I like to do is transfer, well, make more of this stuff available, inventory. So as I stick these two items next to each other, there will be a proximity bonus, an adjacency bonus applied to it, and now I have 215 shield strength, which is not bad. So these two other things, you know what? There's room in the technology tab for those as well. I may as well, right? May as well. And now I got all this free inventory space that I can use, and just kind of kick this stuff over there. Anything I'm not going to use on a readily. I already have some of that here, so I may as well just add to it. Yeah, so don't have a weapon yet, may as well push that over. Need that more on a consistent basis, so not pushing that over just yet. So let's see. Yeah, I'm really hurting for cargo slots. My next best bet would be to find a couple of drop pods to increase my my inventory. First thing I'm going to do is hit up this vendor here and see what's going on with him. Now, in the time that it took me to do this little bit here, I've forgotten whether or not I can make those antimatter chambers, and I can't. It's a hermetic seal I can make. So, obviously, vendors normally have those. Just going to take a quick look at his inventory here first. So you see now I can pick this radiation deflector up. So again, anything here, I may as well pick up now. They're not installed, it's just the blueprints I'm picking up, which allows me to install them at some point when I deem necessary, or I have the inventory slots that will allow me to do that. Obviously on this planet, the more important one would be the radiation deflector. Let's see. So, trading in my ship basically drained my money, and now I can't afford the antimatter chamber, antimatter housing. So, you know what? Let's move on, right? Dihydrogen jelly I can make. Glass I can't make, but I don't need it right now. So here's a fighter. Basically, kind of a more sleek-looking model, huh? Right now I got a kind of a box with a couple of thrusters on it. That's what the shuttles are. This guy is much more sleeker. There are a wide variety of models of each ship. Like I said, mine is kind of a box with a couple of wings and a thruster on it. It'll do for now, right? It's an A class, so that's a major bonus. So I was thinking of maybe hitting up the Galactic Trade Terminal over there, but I got no money anyway, so it's not much point. What I will do is, though, talk to a couple of these guys to get a couple of more words. Basically makes it slightly easier to understand what they're saying. Now you can once you've talked to them, you can also, well, actually you have multiple choices. You can practice the language skills. Now I have a Gek relic somewhere, so you know what? Let's just give this guy a Gek relic. That will increase my standing. Yes, there it is. Standing increase, Gek times 1. Awesome. And obviously, since I'm here, they say that sometimes when you practice your language skills, they'll give you something. Let's see what happens here. Practice language skills. Blah blah blah. This is the words I know in Gek. Help, trader, synthetic Gek. So it helps. So I don't know. Like, I can do this again and again, but you know what? I think I'm just itching to get out of here now. And I'm in the elements. I'm not under anything here, so let's just... what's some new words? Yes, 10 new words. Yay! So, just one last thing about the archive. There's something up there that's later game elements. But I'm not going to bother with that right now. Okay, I'm going to just pause the game and see what missions I've got. Yeah, there's only one right now. And it's to go to that signal, so I'm going to do that. Go off planet. Go to another planet for the first time. So that was the archive, and I got a new ship, so yay, I got a new ship. Awesome. A class too. Wow. Now follow the coordinates to find the signal source. Pilot towards the coordinate marker and engage pulse drive with space. Pulse drive would autopilot to coordinate markers. Yeah, I think what normally happens is that's an approximate location. But regardless, so every system has a, not every system, but most populated systems have a space station. Now, in the first part of the game like this, you can't see the space station. There's an, when you can, there'll be an indicator on your compass on top. And what's that exclamation point for? Did I miss something down here? I don't think so. Did I? No. Did a barrel roll. That's not a barrel roll, that's a loop-de-loop. Oh, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a pilot. Yeah, so you'd normally be able to see the space station on your HUD. So what happens basically is early game like this, you can't see the space station. However, you see those very, I don't know if you see those very faint lines on the screen there, but there's almost 100%, no, there is a 100% chance that one of those points to the space station. I'm just gonna make my way a little bit over here. So we're pulsing kind of farther out into space here, and there's your asteroids. So shooting all this stuff basically gets you additional materials: gold, silver, platinum, tritium, so on. Isn't that a Star Trek word, tritium? Oh, maybe not. Or dilithium is the Star Trek word, isn't it? Yeah. So there's all the lines. Now the lines go to the planets, right? But they normally also point to the space station at some point. What you need to do is look for like a convergence on the lines. Yeah, it's hard to tell. You know what? Let's just oh, here's something else you can do in space too. When you see the planets, you can actually scan them from space when you get close enough. Let's see, and it'll tell you what the planet is up to. Hyperborean planet. Now that means it's freezing, and so the hazard on that planet is cold, and this looks like it may be as well. Frostbound, so it's cold here too. Oh, it's gonna force me to fight, is it? So I might have the option to flee here, because my weapons and shield are really not up to speed. So I'm not interested in a fight at this point. I just want to get to this signal source. I could turn around and try to fight that pirate, but I'm not going to do that right now. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Congrats on the ship. Yeah, cool, eh? It's better. I don't know. Certainly got a lot more slots, so that's a big plus. I don't have to fix anything. That just means resources I don't have to spend. Alright, I think I'm far enough away. I don't see the indicator for the pirate. I'm just gonna try to pulse down to that signal source. Now I can't maneuver the ship when I'm in pulse mode. I try to slide, you know, change direction or whatever. I can't. You have to get out of pulse mode and maneuver that way. So you see that there's a whole bunch of snow and ice on this planet. That's a clear indicator that it's cold here. So as soon as I jump out of the ship, I'm going to start to be affected by the cold. There is technology to alleviate that. So you see its approximate location for the signal source, and quite likely this unknown building that I just scanned might be the actual location for the signal source. I'm just going to it says land and then do a scan with your scanner, blah blah blah. What I just like to do is I scan from my ship, and then I see if I find anything. I land at that location and hope that that's basically the location I'm looking for. Now that damaged machinery normally is the actual signal source. So we're gonna, yep, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna make a beeline for that. Press tab to skip this. Basically that introduction was for a new planet. Every time you land on a new planet, it gives you the lowdown, the name, and so on. So if you press on your left mouse button here, all this dialogue goes a little faster, as well as the login tree. Signal contains plans for a base computer and terrain manipulator. Yay! Awesome. Okay, now I got that. Now I can. I'll be able to mine things as soon as I install that. The flip side, of course, is that I don't know that I want to do that on this multi-tool because, well, like I said earlier, it only has like a handful of slots available, and I'm probably going to trade it in anyway, so why waste the resources upgrading this one? So at this point, alright, save. I gotta remember I'm in permadeath mode. how easy it is to die. How did I do back there? Let's see. Alright, so these two radiation detection modules are doing me zero good on this planet. Let's see. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's see, I still don't have the antimatter. I still don't have the chromatic metal that I need for this and this. So I would personally, I think my best course of action at this point is to try to make my way to another vendor and basically see if they have any of these materials that I need to continue, because well, it's just part of the journey, right? And in the meantime, scan for any drop pods, because they're out there. And so your ship scanner, so when you're in the air like this, you don't have access to your multi-tool, but you do have access to your ship scanner. And press C to activate the scanner, and sometimes it will locate things for you on the planet's surface. But what I like to do is just you can't pulse on the planet, but you can use your thrusters. And let's see, pick a direction. Yeah, so when I'm in a ship on a planet like this, flying oh, there's one. Wow, that was quick. Okay, so when I'm in a ship, like I said, on a planet, and I'm looking for stuff like this, I like to just fly in one direction. So that landing zone circle just turned green. I can land. I'm going to gather all the materials off the surrounding artifacts here, the ones that I can anyway. I still can't touch that because I don't have the Atlas Pass yet. But I can access pretty much everything else. You see, so without without the signal, what am I trying to say here? Without the transport signal booster or the starship, you see what just happened there? I just walked a few meters away from my ship, and now I can't access the inventory. So I had to dump the rusted metal in here. Alright. Let's just go over and gather the rest of the stuff here. I'm going to discard the goop. Get what the other stuff is inside. Storage is usually my main goal. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it becomes even more obvious in permadeath mode, Scott. You see the you're limited to 250 items for some of the more, you know, elemental things in your general inventory, and it drops to, or it rises to 500 in your cargo. I think it's 10,000 minus 1 when you're in normal mode, so it's not really a consideration in normal mode. And besides, in normal mode, when you die, if you die, you just spawn back at your last save point. No biggie, right? It doesn't erase your game. So we're on a different planet, so you know what? We can scan all the artifacts here, plants, rocks, and animals. The good thing about doing that is that, yeah, it gives you units, so money, right? And yeah, so see, these two items here are different. So you scan each one, and you get money for each one. Now the rocks, as far as I'm aware, they used to only ever give you like 200 units, and it's certain that early game that's all you're going to get. For the creatures, it's normally a little bit more. Yeah, 36,000. I'm starting to think I have a I'm pretty sure I have an upgrade to my my scanner to obtain that much hash for scanning. So here's some more pearls. Free for the taking, basically. I don't think these trigger the sentinels. I certainly hope not. So more plants. Now, that's one kind of cave plant that gives you marrow root. There are sometimes two different kinds. How far into here can I get? Can't get in there. Oh, more creatures though. Are they inside or outside? Oh, that was toxic plant. There's some more. I'm just going to avoid that for this, for the time being. So I'm just wondering if those animals were up topside here. And yes, there's one. So these hazardous flora you can scan. Although you've scanned these on the other planet, the ones that give you the sodium, you can scan them again on this planet. So just gonna try to scan as many things as I can before I go into the shop. Oh, look at that. Those are normally rare, and it may actually be rare, but fortunately I was able to see it right off. We've gathered quite a bit of income here just from scanning these few plants. Before I get to go close to that and get snapped, I'm going to gather the resources it's offering. The oxygen. Let's see. So these hazardous flora you cannot scan. Those are the cave generated hazardous flora, and you can't scan those. Okay, so I'm going to be in trouble if I stay out in these elements much longer. Yeah, extreme cold damage. Yes, thank you very much. I wasn't even paying attention to my my life support there. That's all right. Okay. So again, minor settlement usually has plants where you can gather some carbon. Has a galactic trade terminal over there. Has this nanite repository, and usually a couple of dwellers. There's a guy that's doing stuff, and then there's the vendor in there, and of course you got your multi-tool bin here. This one has more slots than mine. It has a total of 15, but only, let's see, only 9 are available. Let's just compare and see what we got. Oh, I got 2 empty slots on mine. Now, if I go ahead and exchange this, I will lose this supreme upgrade I have for my scanner, which, as you saw, allows me to get many more units for okay, there's another person that joined the chat there, but I don't recognize you, but welcome to the chat. Welcome to the No Man's Sky Permadeath stream. Saturday morning cartoon. Do you know what that means, Scott? Naguvum? I don't. Is that a Russian hacker? We don't know. Anyway, back to the game. Yeah, so I'm tempted to buy this because it has a nice weapon here, the Scatter Blaster. I really like that weapon. So I'm actually going to buy this multi-tool. I may even actually install the terrain manipulator on it. Now that's pretty much drained all my resources, right? Oh no, still got 140. Okay. Now, when I click on multi-tool, I will be looking at that new one. Let's see. I won't be using... Actually, I will probably be using the mining beam. If I install the terrain manipulator on this guy, I'll be using the mining beam as well, because they are part of the same mechanism. So... but I will not be using the scanner. I'm just going to do this, rearrange that a little bit. Okay, carbon nanofood, hermetic seal. Alright. So basically... Alright, let's, first of all, let's get rid of some of the stuff, the pearls that I just acquired in that cave. Try not to forget too much stuff, you know. It's not easy in my old age. Alright. So there are no other terminals here to access besides this guy and the other two, the nanite and the multi-tool. I'm going to have a look at this guy and see what he has. He certainly has a cold weather hazard protection module technology that I can install, and I would like to do that if I'm going to remain on this planet for any length of time. First, let's see. Do I have what it takes to put on this thing? Carbon nanotube and hermetic seal. Let's see. See if we can make those. Hermetic seal, carbon nanotube. Alright. So the advanced mining laser is a go. There's the wiring looms I was talking about earlier. Very useful for additional stuff. Let's see. I'm going to dispense with the bolt caster. I like the scatter blaster better. Let's see. Yeah. 2 carbon nanotubes. Alright, let's, I think we have enough copper for that. And we will put in the terrain manipulator. That's awesome. Okay, so basically the advanced mining laser allows me to dig more advanced items on the surface. The terrain manipulator allows me to mine minerals. So you'll see when I do a scan around the planet like this, you'll see a number of locations normally, like this here, silver deposit. I can mine those now. Dioxide, those protect me against the cold, and they also allow me to recharge my life support. I can also mine the buried technology modules, which obviously, given the value of those, that will be the first thing I will jump on as soon as I get out of this building. Did I? I'm not going to bother with the shield at this point. Okay, so here's something else you can do. Is you can basically program the your numbers on your keyboard to swap multi-tools like that. So if I press 6, what am I looking at? Okay, so that's the new one. I press 7. Now I'm looking at... Still looking at the new one. Is that because I'm inside? Oh. 7. That not work? Yeah. Secondary multi-tool. 7. What? What's going on here? No. Yes. Oh, I see what happened. I went over here. This is what I need to do. Hold 7. Hold 6. And... okay, that should work better. So now if I press 7, I'll be looking at the new one. If I press 6, I'll be looking at the old one. Right. So here we have this particular upgrade. Another magnetized ferrite. Alright, so just quickly. I wonder if there's magnetized ferrite in here. Nope. Nothing. Alright. There is ferrite though. Very little. And paltry some. So this guy has the cold weather module that I need. Technology. The first thing I'm going to do is look at his technology. Because he's on a cold planet, he will have that. There it is, thermic layer. Now I'm probably going to install that immediately because it's useful on this planet, that's for sure. So, still don't remember if I can make those. I'm just kind of half brain dead here this morning, my apologies. But obviously I still can't make those antimatter housings, so guess what? I'm gonna buy some more. And that, ooh. Okay. So how many of these can I buy? I can buy both. Well, there we go. Buy both then. And everything else there, well, hopefully I won't need. I'm pretty sure I have some microprocessors. So digging in some of those bins that you find lying around will often give you microprocessors. But okay, so I said I was going to go and fetch buried technology, right? Where did I not? Where is that? I know I tagged it. Where'd it go? Did it untag itself? Wow, great. Great! So anything under 200 U is close enough to get to, probably. Like that. Oh, there it is. Just right there. I'm not even going to have to dig that one. I can see it on the side of the hill there. So, yes, have a great weekend, Scott. Hope to see you next weekend, or perhaps Monday evening at 7:30 for my Fallout 4 playthrough. Maybe not. It's up to you, eh? You have options, I'm sure. Stuff to do, you know. Alright, enjoy your gameplay. Gotta love it. So there's the dioxide right there. It's gonna go and so basically with this with the old multi-tool, you see I can't change anything here. There's no other options. So when I go to the new multi-tool, the terrain manipulators is equipped by default. So basically it's point and shoot. Now it looks like it's now how, okay, so I need to narrow the beam down a little bit to probably attempt to gather more of that, as much of that as possible. The wider your beam is, the faster it mines, but the less you, from what I understand anyway, the less you, the less materials you mine. So that's basically it. You mine, you mine, you mine, and a couple of minutes later you got a couple of hundred of whatever it is you're mining. Now I said earlier I'm really hurting for copper. Uh-oh.
Extreme cold damage detected.
Yes, I know, right? Now I have to remember that I only have 250 units available in my inventory. Alright, so that happened over here. Alright. So we've recharged. Okay. I saw 158, another buried technology there. 84, even closer. We'll grab that. because I can. Yes, salvage data. So berry technology will give you salvage data. Now my inventory is full here, so not sure I'm going to be able to glean what this item has to offer. Nanites I can always glean, yes. So here's what you do with the berry technology. You use the terrain manipulator to dig it out, and then you can restore the terrain to its original pristine condition. And here we go. So now scatter blast or mining beam. Okay, so this thing has a mining beam, and so I'm just using the mining beam on this second multi-tool because basically my original mining beam hasn't been upgraded. My scanner has, but not the mining beam. Some people say it's good practice to repair the holes that you make. Whatever. 127, so there's another piece I'm going to gather. And I may... There's even closer, look at that. I may even head towards that building I just saw. Or just to see what's over there. Now, where is it? There. Okay. If I go towards that, yeah, okay, it appears. Closer you get to it, it starts to appear, so that's great. More nanites. Oh, why is it not letting me? Why is it not letting me dig this out? So sometimes what you need to do is use your scanner, your mining beam, sorry, and then you can use your terrain manipulator. So let's see, there's the other one I flagged. Yeah, it's just right there.
Extreme cold damage detected.
Best take care of that immediately. Oh, this one's sticking out of the ground as well. What a bonus. Means I don't have to use fuel from my terrain manipulator. Because yes, like most tools, it requires fuel. Now, the good thing about the terrain manipulator is that when you use it, you also get this stuff here, silicate powder. Comes right out of the ground when you use your terrain manipulator. And would you know it, that's the fuel for your terrain manipulator. There are others. I think the ferrite stuff is also fuel, but you know what? If you're going to be just scan this, see how much this gives me? 500. So it doesn't appear that I have an improvement on my plant scanner ability, or income earning ability, if you will. But I do have it for the animals. And now, see, we have a different kind of building here. This is as far as I'm aware, it's an observatory. It's got that dish on it. It's not locked, but to me, it has limited usefulness. I think you go in through the door right here. What you need, here, I'm just going to go in and show you. You need the Atlas passes to go further into that facility. I better watch here because don't want to use my that thing to I want to make sure not to use that too much because I don't want to die. Simple as that. So, like I said, you need the additional levels of Atlas Pass. The Pass V2 required for this particular door. I don't even have Pass V1 yet. And activating this terminal will only show me to another artifact, quite likely off-planet, which isn't really much good to me. Yeah. So now I got all this stuff in my inventory, and I can't access my ship. Well, here's one trick some people do. You can call in your ship. Summon Forge of the Rotomiga. So that's one thing you can do. You can also do this if you're at a location like this. You can, assuming you have navigation data, you can... Oh, it's on my ship! Is it? Oh no, what a dope. Ah, there it is! All of it! Okay, hang on now. So, one of these containers over here will likely have... And one of the ones I just opened, when it said inventory full, that was probably because it was trying to give me navigation data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recharge the terrain manipulator with that, make a free inventory slot, and kind of go back and see what was in here. Is it navigation data? No, it's sodium. I thought I already had some of that. Don't tell me there's more. Now, you know what? You get out. I'm hoping to get navigation data. So, basically, I'm hoping that one of these things will have it. And it's likely to be this, actually. I think this thing normally gives you navigation data once you trigger it. Restore point saved, and there's the navigation data. Now I can call the ship in. And... boom! There's my ship. I've accessed all that inventory now. Right. Slide that stuff over. I don't know why I didn't do that before I left the depot. That was just silly of me. I just got to keep in mind that I really can't access this stuff when I'm not next to the ship. It's hard to be me. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I got some more. Okay. And 2 more containers to raid here. This guy. Sometimes these guys have nothing in them, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. More microprocessors, like I said. Quite often what you get is microprocessors from these guys. Now I'm going to get out of the elements, get in my ship and get out of the elements. And just do a... basically... a review of my situation here before I call this stream. So looks like we've managed to obtain a ship and then trade up for this A-class shuttle. We're headed in the right direction. We're just moving up in the world, right? So that's good. That's great. Haven't seen any cargo drops since I've acquired these antimatter housings. However, I have I have the housings, so I can scan the surface of the planet and look and see if I can discover some of those to increase my cargo space and hopefully get some of this stuff out of the way here, because obviously this is 2 stacks of condensed carbon that will fit into 1 cargo slot, and there will be other items that will behave similarly. Before I do anything, I'm going to install this thermic layer, which will improve my survivability on this planet. Now I didn't install the radiation one. That was from the other planet. Can I install any of this other stuff. I don't have antimatter. I don't have chromatic metal. Now I can mine the copper. And so let's just jump out here for a second. Is there any copper handy? Copper 264, that's not too bad. What's this over here? Berry technology, let's just grab that now. I'm sure by next week I'll have forgotten about that. And it should be right over here. A couple of things I want to do before I call this stream. Terrain manipulator. There it is. Restore. Backup. Alright. A couple of things I want to do before I call this stream. One is to scan anything in the immediate vicinity, and the other is to glean any easy pickings. No ammo in inventory. Okay, so I just changed over to the scatter blaster there. You don't mine or dig with the scatter blaster. Pressing the wrong buttons again. So, okay, so we've gathered some of the more accessible items. I was looking for copper, wasn't I? So there's a deposit right over there. Is there anything closer? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to highlight that. I'm not sure it'll stay highlighted till next week, but we'll see. There's another one right there. I'm gonna mine those next week. That'll be the first order of business next week. For this stream, the last thing I wanted to do is see how many animals I've scanned and how many I got left. So rare ones are difficult to find, uncommon as well, and especially when they're found in the south, found in the north, it just makes it really hard. I'm not sure I'm gonna do all these. I may. You know what? That's part of the gameplay, part of the fun gameplay, actually. So so let's see. Common, uncommon, underwater. Rare ground. Okay, so there's 4 underwater and 1 on the ground. So 1 is found in the south on the ground and 1 is found in the north underwater. Alright, so the way you figure that out is you can go into your cockpit mode here, and on the bottom left there you see a basically it's like GPS. It gives you your latitude and longitude. So right now I'm in the northern hemisphere, 41.63 higher than the equator on this planet, and I'm in the eastern hemisphere, so 129. So east, the second coordinate doesn't really matter for what I'm looking at, because I was looking at basically this stuff here, and I'll be able to find this particular item found in the north a little more easily underwater, because it is found in the north, but I'll have to go to the south to find the rare ground creature. So, alright, what else do we have here? These are all the items, of course, you can acquire or make. Here's your milestone that you gather along as you go in the game. Obviously I haven't warped at all. This is an interesting and important statistic right here, and I'll explain that as we go. So units, words, I'm at level 3, 11 of 15 words, and the amount of exploration that I've done on foot in this playthrough. So the log, okay, so the log still only has 1 mission, and the next step is to establish a base. Now, some people don't really care what planet they establish a base on, and it probably doesn't really matter, because when you establish your base, you get the necessary components to make some kind of shelter. So you'll be out of the elements anyway. So it probably doesn't really matter all that much. So I might do it here. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'd like to go up into space again and scan the rest of the planets and see what we got in terms of these things. Now, the radiated planet, I'm not sure I want to put a base there. I may not even... No, actually, you know what? I was going to say I may not even put a base in this system, but in order to get out of the system, you need to make a base, which will then lead you to further game artifacts that allow you to get out of the system. So right now I can't. So I have to put a base on one of these planets. And you see that sometimes when you, usually when you spawn on a planet, the system you spawn in is unique. In other words, the billions of systems in the universe, in the No Man's Sky universe, you are normally spawned on your own planet and your own system. I'm not sure if that's a hard and fast rule, but it seems to have been for me so far. And so anybody who comes to this system will see that it was discovered by me. This planet was discovered by me, and so was this one. Any planets that have not been discovered by me can be discovered by others. So first thing, or the last thing I'm going to do is to upload any and all pending discoveries. It didn't give me a whole lot, but it gave me some. So next week we'll think about making a base, and we'll mine some copper, gather some resources, additional resources, and just further the gameplay. For the time being, that's it for today, and we'll just make this last save. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a great rest of your weekend. Cheers, and bye for now.